Chef Sal was recorded on a cell phone in front of a fake audience.
Chef Sal here. I was trying to think of a dish that brings me back to my roots, but also changes up the usual kind of thing, you know, pork chops and applesauce. Tell you what, see this? Boom. Anyway, we're gonna do pork chops. We're gonna serve them with, well, you can call it sauce, you can call it gravy, either one. You know, we used to fight about it in our neighborhood, but we did it normal. You know, we weren't crazy, we weren't animals.
What's it called? Pasta sauce or pasta gravy? I don't know.
Anyhow, we have some sauce that we're gonna make. I'm gonna make a small little rectangular noodle that's paleo from scratch, and you're gonna learn how to do it. You're not gonna use the fancy crank machine. You need a butter knife to get through all the stuff to clean it. No, it's not gonna happen. We're gonna use a regular, maybe a pizza cutter and a knife. They're called lasagna because they're little mini lasagnas. They're like this big. That's where lasagna came from. So anyway, let me start with the sauce or the gravy. I don't care what you call it. On medium-high heat. I like to start stuff off medium-high heat. I cut up a small onion for this. All right, so we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of oil. Now these are gonna pretty much, yeah, see? They're sizzling, baby. So I wanna add my salt now and my pepper. So let's add a little bit of salt. 2 teaspoons is fine. Small amount we're making of this sauce, gravy, so I don't know. And now a little bit of pepper. Monday nights or Thursday nights and Sunday, it was gravy day. Clear the decks, postpone all the beatings. We got our beatings Mondays and Tuesdays, got them out of the way. Just kidding. I could take my mother. I could take you. So we have the salt in here, we have the pepper in here, and we have the onions. Oh, they're getting a little brown. Don't let them get brown. Yes, you can let them get brown if you want. So I'm going to move it down a little bit now that they've been shocked, these onions. And I want to add some of this oregano. Just because we're using one with the oregano, I'm going to go with about 2 teaspoons, all right? Get that down, let the oregano kind of aerate. Aerate? It's aerate. Fumigation. No, that's a disgusting thing. All right, now what we're on deck, actually swinging a bat, are the pork chops. I have 2 really nice ones. Now we're going to do, let's say a tablespoon of chopped garlic. I usually put a little red wine in here. My dad used to put sugar. What it does is it gets rid of that bitter taste from the tomatoes. As soon as you start smelling the garlic, no more than a minute. I don't know what minute means, but just keep going. All right? Now, as I was saying before, I usually put red wine here. We don't have any. Like I said, my dad used to put sugar in. I'm going to use a little bit of white wine. Any white wine you have is fine. Sweeter the better. I don't know. What do we got here? We got Pinot Grigio white wine. And that'll go in here. We have some crushed tomatoes. You can use puree if you want. You can use real tomatoes. You got to blanch them and then chop them up and, you know, strain them, whatever you have to do. I mean, you know, you buy the crust. Can't go wrong. So I'm going to pour this 1 can in here. Pour it low to the pot so you don't splash your white things. You can do it for an hour. That gives you that bright tomatoey, like a lot of restaurants use that. They don't take the time to make a gravy with the meat, and this isn't one of those kind of gravies anyway. But I do want it to come down. I want it to, and as you know, I like when they cook down. It gives you more intense flavor and really, really good flavor. Keep the top loosely on in the back. Check this out. Yeah. These are pretty serious pork chops. That's why you can't really do them all the time in the pan, in the whole cooking process in the pan. You can't do them all the time in the pan. They say there's no pink allowed on the inside. You can have a little bit, just a little bit, please. But you have to sear them. That's the whole thing about pork chops. They tend to get dry, so we want to sear them. So here's what this pan has been going on a high heat, really, really high heat. I mean, when you put the oil in and it starts to ripple, you know you're ready to go. I want you to listen to what I'm hearing here. You ready? That's serious heat going on. And be careful. And you want to go until you get a nice crust on your outside, dear Jenny. Don't check it until 3 minutes. Look at this brown. That's what we're going for. Now we're going to let the other side go. Just to show you. See? Beautiful brown. Gorgeous. But the inside's still, you know, almost raw. Right? Because we had this up on really, really high heat, so it's not going to penetrate the meat. Now we're going to put these in the oven She's going in at 350. I want you to check it in 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to show you how to check it. I don't want to be putting a meat thermometer in there because all the juices come out like a volcano. I told you this in an earlier show, and it's just, what's the fun? While that's happening, let's start on this pasta. Just to save a little time, what I have in here already is a cup and a half, like the way I did that, cup and a half of almond flour. You can get it anywhere. Any supermarket has it now. Whole Foods does. It's a cup and a half of that and a cup and a half of tapioca flour. Now, tapioca flour is kind of cool. A lot of people that are gluten-free will tell you, I can't get my pasta to stretch like the bread dough does, you know, like the regular wheat. I just can't get my pasta to do that stretch. Well, tapioca flour is the answer. So I got my paddle attachment. I got my cup and a half each of these two flours. I'm going to put in, I don't know, close to 2 teaspoons of salt. Start it out slow. What we have here are 2 extra large eggs or large eggs. It doesn't really matter that much. And 4 egg yolks. You know how to separate an egg. If not, write to me in the comments and I'll send you a video. I will. Until I'm famous, I will do whatever you want. And when I'm famous, I won't know who you are. Nah, not my goal. I'm staying here with the tubers. 1 egg at a time. Just let it break up. And keep it rolling. Now, as you can see, I have it on pretty slow. I have it on number 2, number 3. Put it a little bit higher. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this into 4, sort of equal parts. And put these in any kind of bowl or whatever. I have a measuring cup here. And have a moist paper towel, put that over it. Because this gluten-free or paleo flour, let me tell you, it dries out in a New York minute. Okay, I can almost see the board now through it. Now we're going to cut it up, basically. First do your long strips. And I would go, about a 1/2 inch. Because like I said, we're going to cut these into rectangular noodles or lasagna. Now we're going to cut them, sideways. I'm not going to move the board, I'll just move the meat. And that is all she wrote. Lasagna. So these are the last of them. I have some boiling water going with a 1/4 cup of salt in it. So let's bring these over and I will be right back. This was about between 14 and 15 minutes, okay? I can just tell. But I want you to take it out in about 12, 14 minutes, a couple of minutes before. Very simple test, okay? Just push down. And if it kind of springs back, it springs back. It doesn't stay there, but it springs back nicely. You got yourself a well-cooked piece of pork. Cover it up. The cooking will resume in a slow fashion. I have my water boiling just to review, and I have my pork chops which are resting. And of course my sauce or my gravy has been going on a very, very low heat. Usually pour away from yourself, but I got the camera here so I want to show it on the camera. And just, light mix because they're very pliable, which means that they're going to change the shape if you hit them too hard. They're going to come to the surface. That doesn't mean they're done. It usually does, like when you make gnocchi.
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 Yeah, that's it. Let them go, after they come to the surface, let them go another 2 to 3 minutes and, let them cook. Then I'm going to drain them, put them back in this pot, let the residual heat from the pot dry out all the extra moisture that's going to be in them. Whew. And we're going to eat pork chops. It's paleo, gluten-free, lasagna. Please subscribe, please like, and share it. Share it with your friends and comment. And this is Chef Sel saying goodbye from Italy Central.